Shalom. I'd like to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakaha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, told me this truth. Peace and salutations to the Akim preaching his word of truth and sincerity around the four corners. You know, like Elder Malcolm would be saying, risking their lives and freedom to do so. Peace and salutations to the Akim and the Aqua, the true believers of the hopeful elect. You know, just coming back in the spirit and theme of prophecy. And I wanted to speak about that travel ban that Donald Trump, that President Trump put on these countries. Put on, you know, if you haven't heard. I got a quick video to watch, you know, claiming fair use from here, from Jump Street, because it's off of YouTube. And I got a news article that they're dealing with the same thing, dealing with the same event. So, and I hit a couple of precepts, and Lord's willing, this will be edifying. You know, Trump making that ban, that travel ban, and I believe he well, let's get the video first, just to see what he's dealing with. All right. Yeah. So this is fair use.
Big story in our country this morning making headlines. President Donald Trump is following up on an executive order he signed on his first day back in office.
It directs cabinet members in screening visitors from particular countries. News 4 San Antonio's Christina De Leon has more on the travel ban that is set in place. She's at the San Antonio International Airport with more. Good morning, Christina.
Yeah, good morning and happy birthday, Marissa. President Trump signing that proclamation just hours ago last night, and it has come with a list of countries that he believes wish would do us so harm, which basically would mean those folks would not be able to fly into the U.S. Starting Monday, he says, for security concerns, it's hard for the U.S. to vet visitors from these places. The ban would include nationals of Afghanistan, Myanmar, also known as Burma, Chad, the Republic of Congo, Equatorial Guinea, Eritrea, Haiti, Iran, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and Yemen. Trump's proclamation partly restricts the entry of people from 7 other countries as well. Notably, the list does not include Egypt, and that is the native country of the suspect in Sunday's anti-Semitic attack in Boulder, Colorado. Now, White House...
Now, if you notice, Haiti's on there, and partly restricted is Cuba. And Haiti is the tribe of Levi and Cuba is the tribe of Manasseh. So Trump is definitely coming down on the tribes, you know. Well, let's continue.
Official says the president made that final decision about the ban after that incident.
Part of the role of the executive branch is to enforce the border laws of the country and to use discretion and judgment to protect the safety of America.
They do have a responsibility to act responsibly in terms of who comes into the country, but we'll see where this all shakes out.
So as we mentioned, Egypt not on that list, nor is Saudi Arabia. Now, the ban does not apply to lawful permanent residents, existing visa holders, and certain visa categories. So, of course, we'll continue to follow more on this travel ban, which takes effect on Monday, and let you know what happens. Reporting live from the San Antonio International Airport, I'm Christina De Leon. We will send it back to you.
He did it in 2017, and now the president is doing it again. President Trump banning people from several countries from entering our country. The president says he is doing so to stop terrorism and to strengthen our national security.
Democrats say it's to distract people from the president's proposed spending bill, which could strip health care from millions of Americans. NBC's Chris Pollone has details from Washington.
Marisa, David, good morning to you. This new Trump travel ban is more expansive than the one he implemented back in 2017 and comes as one of the president's top allies ramps up attacks on a key piece of the president's agenda. The White House says a sweeping new travel ban will go into effect Monday on foreign nationals from a dozen countries, primarily in Africa and the Middle East. In a video posted to X, President Trump said people entering the U.S. from those countries are not properly vetted.
We don't want them.
The president cited national security threats for the ban, including this week's terror attack in Colorado, though Egypt, the home country of the suspect in that attack, is not on the list.
We cannot have open migration from any country where we cannot safely and reliably vet and screen those who seek to enter the United States.
Democrats call this latest Trump travel ban a distraction.
You distract people by making them think that they're at war with other Americans, making them think that they have something to fear from people who look different from them or speak a different language.
It comes as one of the president's top allies ratchets up attacks on Mr. Trump's signature spending and tax cut bill, now winding through Congress. Billionaire Elon Musk writing, "Call your senators, call your congressmen, kill the bill."
I don't think very many senators are that interested in what Elon has to say about it.
Musk complains the bill will increase the budget deficit. It extends the president's 2017 tax cut, spends billions on border security, and includes cuts to Medicaid and food assistance programs. Nonpartisan budget experts warn it would add $2.5 trillion to the nation's debt. Republicans now trying to discredit those projections.
You can't go back to the drawing board, and we shouldn't. We have a great product to deliver here.
Republican leaders in Congress say they want the bill on the president's desk by the 4th of July. President Trump has not publicly responded to Elon Musk's criticism just yet, but that could change later today when the president welcomes the Chancellor of Germany to the White House. It'll be the first time the president goes before reporters since last Friday. David and Marisa, back to you.
Chris Pallone live from Washington. Chris, thank you. New this morning, President Trump is calling China's President Xi Jinping.
There you see, so Salakia. Yeah, you see, so as you can see, Trump is coming with the hammer, just like he did in 2017, that travel ban. I remember that well. A lot of your corner store owners, you know, the Ishmaelites, were protesting because he banned a lot of Ishmaelite countries from coming in, you know, claiming acts of terrorism. But let me see. Let me get this real quick. This wasn't meant to be long. A couple more minutes and precepts, and we'll be done with it. This is from the BBC. I looked it up. It says Trump says travel ban applies to countries that don't have things under control. And look at the pot calling the kettle black. You know. The United States, Babylon the Great, doesn't have things under control. But ultimately, it's all, you know, who has things under control? The Heavenly Father. You know, he's playing things to perfect. It says Donald Trump says the U.S. travel ban for citizens from 12 countries applies to countries that don't have things under control. It says, speaking at the White House, he adds the travel ban can't come soon enough. It says there are an additional 7 countries whose citizens face partial travel restrictions. Here's everything we know so far, plus who's exempted. And just like you've seen in the video, you know, there's basically the 12 countries. Let me see. It says the travel ban, which comes into effect on June 9th, fulfills a promise that Trump made during his 2024 election campaign and is likely to draw swift legal challenges. It says, are you affected by the ban? Get in touch with us here. Yeah, all that bullshit. Yeah, so basically, you're seeing that Haiti's one of those countries that's banned. And you know that's the tribe of Levi. And partially banned is Cuba. And that's the tribe of Manasseh. Not to mention the Israelite foreigners. You know, Shalom to y'all. I didn't say it in the introduction. But Shalom to y'all, the Israelites that live amongst the heathen, that look like the heathen. You know? Because now basically it's going to be harder for y'all to get into the country, you know? You know, so this is just Esau being Esau, you know? Like, to be perfectly honest. Let me get a couple of precepts. Yeah, it is the book of Isaiah, chapter 10, verse 1. And it reads, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. You see? And then this is definitely an unrighteous decree. When you do actual research in history, Esau has been the biggest terrorist. He goes into other people's lands and claims democracy and yaps them up for resources, and yaps them up for natural resources, you know. Verse 2, it says, to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. You see? So basically, this is what Trump is doing. His unrighteous decrees, you know, he's swinging that hammer. Like it tells you in the Apocrypha, I believe it's Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter, says, let our strength be the law of justice, where it only works out in the Edomites' favor. You know, Salakia for all this noise. You know, it's Friday night. You know, Jake wanna party and bullshit. These niggas in the world. I just stepped out, you know, make a quick epistle, and I'm going back to watching videos and studying. You know, trying to stay locked in the spirit, because this world is definitely on its way out of here. That's for damn sure. And only if you have spiritual eyes and ears you can see it. You know. Well, let me get this other preset. This is the book of Micah, chapter 2, so in verse 1. And it reads, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand. You see? So this is what Trump is doing. He's practicing evil, working iniquity upon his bed, because it is in the power of his hand. And you know, his handlers, which are the top banking families, they're the ones who putting him up to it. You know, whatever he said, whatever they say do, he does, you know? And you gotta understand that this is the beginning stages of Jacob's trouble. With Trump signing into legislation, ICE, you know, the Immigration Customs Enforcement, and and his travel ban, not to mention him cutting the government spending on government funding, you know, like the SNAP and the WIC and the Section 8 and you see housing, things of that nature. He's making it harder for Israelites, because that's who's mainly on it. Especially, he's making it hard for you females. Y'all gonna have to get back to cooking again, you know? Yeah, y'all basically through. And it's a beautiful thing to see. Let me get this last precept. It's the book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 12. And it reads, "Therefore ye rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them." It says, "Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time." You see? So, you gotta understand that all these things are taking place because the devil's coming, because the devil knows that he had but a short time. So he's throwing the kitchen sink at Israel. You know? And like it tells you in the Apocrypha that, I believe it's 2nd Ezra, the 4th chapter, that before the good can come, you know, the things that are sown with bad have to be plucked up. So, you know, we're just gonna keep our eyes open, continue to watch as well as pray, and come out, preach, and prophesy the downfall of this wicked ass kingdom. So, Lord's will, you was edified. Till next time, I'm gonna say shalom to the elect.